This video is about Cebu City downtown attractions. I'm here right now in downtown Cebu City to show you the upcoming or the usual attraction that we offer here in downtown Cebu City. So here in the area near the Fort San Pedro, they are all congregated here, the different things that's now been renovated for it to become the downtown Cebu City tourist area. First, of course, the Fort San Pedro, Cebu City. So you can see, because of the rising case of COVID, Fort San Pedro is temporarily closed. But this is the most popular tourist attraction that we have to offer here due to the history of Cebu City, and also it is one of the relics that is remaining like this to remind you of our Spanish ancestors and the Spanish times, that Cebu was the first one that was discovered by Magellan. So here is Cebu Fort San Pedro, and then right across there, another park that's part of our historical significance is the Plaza Independencia. Again, it's temporarily closed due to COVID, but when everything goes back to normal, this is the place that you can visit. So from here, there's another place that you can visit, in which it is being renovated right now. You only have to walk a few meters from here, and that is the Malacanang of Cebu City, or simply called the Malacanang of Cebu. So you can see it far ahead, but this is the area. I'll show you around the different areas that you can actually just park here, look at San Pedro, Fort San Pedro, and then Plaza Independencia. Then of course the newest one, which has been left dilapidated, but now good news, it's being renovated, and that's the Plaza Independencia neighbor, which is neighbor because that's the Plaza Independencia and that's the Malacanang of Cebu. So this is another historical building, 1910. It's built on 1910, and now it's having its renovation for it to become a tourist attraction in this area. So you can see there is the restoration of the Malacanang of Cebu, and it started last December 21, 2021, and expected to finish on January 2022. 439 million pesos. So we will be seeing the beauty of this old building again, not just left there to rot. And that will be making your trip here in downtown Cebu City more satisfying. And another thing, as you walk on from the Malacanang of Cebu, you just walk along and you see this is the heart of the history of Cebu. So walking along on this, you turn on the left side and you will see the latest connection to Mactan Island, the third bridge of Mactan to Cebu or Cebu to Mactan, the CCLEX. It's almost done. It's already already done the last part of the cementing. And this area here, they are is where you find all the tourist attraction and where you find the history of Cebu. And they are making, the government is actually trying hard to make this the tourist belt. So you can see that is the CCLEX. It's now connected, closed in, and if you look at on the left side, or right side rather, there's a lot of restaurants that should be catering to tourists later on when they are around here. They are getting, so you can see that Cebu is now gearing up to going back to normal. You see that there are a few schools now on trial for a face-to-face school system, not just online. And a few cinemas in Luzon are now opening up. So this is the area. The fourth one that you can see is the bay overlooking the bridge of the CCLX Bridge, the Cebu Cordoba link. So they will be cleaning up this area because, as you can see, there's a lot of restaurants. They usually open at night before, but it's the pandemic that's stopping all this from opening. But it used to be such a jolly and vibrant place, this area, with all the late diners. So here you cross over, you see that old building there, Aduana. There used to be the Mauritania Campania. That's another old building, part of our history. Unfortunately, it is under dispute. So it's the political problem that prevents it from being developed into a tourist attraction. But as you can see here, these are the restaurants. And of course, you will see up ahead as you're walking along this lane, it soon be developed. That's all the plan of the city government. You will see the newly renovated Chinese Museum of Cebu. So we go along here. These are the parking areas. So there's a lot of wholesalers here. This is where you buy your fruit to sell for retail. Eggs, whatever they trade here. And that's the old Aduana building. I made a video about that before. The Ghost Hotel. And on here you can see the Cebu Chinese Museum. So across the Cebu Chinese Museum, you can see our Cebu City Hall. And beside the Cebu Chinese Museum, that will be the new park that is being developed right now as part of your experience of visiting Downtown Cebu attraction. There you go. That is the building of the Cebu Chinese Museum. And like I said, it's all closed right now because of the pandemic, but these are all upcoming attractions that you have to bear in mind when the country opens up again for tourism. It's a Sunday. I purposely go here on a Sunday because, you know, the crossing over or being sideswept by motorbikes is the problem in downtown Cebu City. But at least I've been showing you the parking area on the back of here and parking area there, but it's usually occupied when you come on here. So the back area is geared up to be the parking space for the public. Now here you can see the building of the Chinese Museum. That will be also open to the public, and beside it you can see our Cebu City Hall. And right next to Cebu City Hall, just a few steps walking, you will see the Magellan's Cross. And of course, the Santonina Church. Santonina de Cebu, because he is the patron saint, the patron god of Cebu City, or the island of Cebu. So I'm passing through the City Hall now, going over to the Magellan's Cross. So one thing is, you can be dropped in the area, either in City Hall or in Plaza Independencia, Fort San Pedro, and just be diligent in walking around, and you will be looking at the history and our tourist attractions. So this is the Cebu City Hall, and right in front you will see the Magellan's Cross. So you can see a family here bonding. There is the Magellan's Cross, and it's also closed right now, but people are allowed to go around the park, but not inside. The parks yet, you know, these are just open parks because this is the Cebu City Hall. Public office is a public trust, and you see this is part of your journey because right across the Cebu City Hall, that's Magellan's Cross. So there you go. You can see people having their photograph taken, and the cross itself is not open to the public anymore. You can just put your candles out, but you can take a picture, and this is the cross. This cross made of tendalo wood encases the original cross planted by Ferdinand Magellan on this very site. So inside that wooden cross is the original cross in April 21, 1521. So here you can just, because the Filipinos are very religious, we're mostly Catholic, you can see them just throwing the candles inside because nobody is allowed in. And beside this Magellan's cross is the Santonina Church. So we'll go in, but I have to get my face shield. I forgot to bring my face shield. Manang, mag-face shield dito sa oy, nakalimut. I forgot to bring my face shield, but this is the Santonina Church, part of your tour here in downtown Cebu attraction. And now I'll go further because a few meters from here is the oldest street in the Philippines, Colon Street. Can also be accessed from just walking a few meters from here. So you can see that the city government is putting up several monuments depicting the history of Cebu. And this one depicting the first mass that was held here in Cebu by the Spanish invaders. So this is how it looks like. That's the CCLX Bridge, the Malacanang of Cebu, that will soon be open, the Fort San Pedro and Plaza Independencia. So it's either you get dropped here or anywhere, and everything is just walking distance. All the attraction here in downtown Cebu City.